Okay, so apparently breaking ribs because I have a pair of pants on and I'm bending over is a thing for me now. Anyway, happy December. I just thought I'd come in and make you guys all laugh, hopefully, and maybe give you a little inspiration. That would be wonderful too. And share a funny story. You have 100% permission to laugh at me. I'm standing here in my pretty messy office right now because sitting does not feel so good. Breaking ribs is apparently a theme for me this year in 2025 because it happened again. Yes, so some of you might know, I did it earlier this year. I was sitting on the sofa. I had a pair of pants on, jeans with a wide waistband, and somehow I dropped something. I went to bend and I went sideways and kind of twisted and torqued and whatever. I fractured the tip of my tip of my floating rib on my left side and the cartilage, and very not comfortable, no fun. Took ages, to really fully feel better, and it took weeks to be functional. And bending and twisting and putting your pants on and things like that got really hard for a little while. So I'd all healed. Oh my God, what are the odds, honestly, of it happening a second time? So I'm out Sunday night. I'm putting lights outside. I'm putting some ground lights down. I've got a different pair of jeans on. And before you say, boy, Freddie, you better buy some pants that fit, they fit. I lost 40 pounds this year. They fit. So anyway, I'm bending down and I'm putting the ground lights on out, and somehow I went to reach, twisted, torqued, whatever. The waistband of these particular pants did the same exact thing on the other side. So now I have ribs that broke in the exact same way, and they're a match set. I mean, what in the world were the odds of doing something like that? So I am sharing this with everybody because I haven't caught up with you for a while, and I'm hoping you'll find it inspirational to start listening to your own body and use me as an example. And if it was one rib, that was crazy and highly unusual in my opinion. But having it happen two, and honestly, the first response was in my head was like, oh my God, only me. Of course this happens to me twice. Why? How? Of course it would be, right? But then I kind of had to, take a look at this because seriously, what are the odds of doing this twice? And, again, my pants fit. I'm down 40 pounds and my pants were never that tight ever, no matter what I was. And I've been reducing inflammation all year, and indirectly that's how I got to the weight loss. I'm not doing a diet or anything. It's just what I teach in the reset method before anybody asks. So it's just all of that. But at first I laughed this off and I was like, okay, only me. Of course it's going to be me. Then I started to think, okay, body, what are you trying to tell me? I get it. You're talking, and now you're actually talking loudly. You're screaming at me. Because something I have learned along the way, and I've learned this with working with countless clients in the office in many different capacities, but, in the wellness coaching, where they get frustrated, I get frustrated. You go to a doctor, they treat one thing. You go even to the healer, sometimes they're looking at one or two things, and they're not giving you this whole picture. And they're not, and a lot of these symptoms, you're treating the symptoms, but really those are a result of some other things that have been culminating. So I wanted to look at the big picture. So, your body whispers to you, and then it nudges you, and then it taps you on the shoulder. And then if you're still not listening, basically it starts yelling at you and even punches you in the face. Okay. I will speak firsthand to this. And all of you who know me know I'm the push through kind of girl. Like, whatever, it's a problem. Yeah, whatever. Oh, this hurts. Whatever. I'm going to keep going, and I do. It's my thing. And if you can relate, feel free to share in the comments. It's also a woman thing. We don't often have the luxury, or we don't feel like we do, to slow down long enough to address what's going on with us, when really that needs to move up and something else needs to be dropped from our priorities. So otherwise you wind up with multiple things. So anyway, I zoomed out and I was thinking, okay, what is actually going on here? And I'm thinking about all of my lifetime of things, all the things that I've been working so hard to unravel, basically, like a big ball of string of ailments and intertwined, yarn or whatever is how I see it, or I know, tangled Christmas lights. There's a good analogy. And so this whole year, since right around, a little bit before this time of year last year, I was on a cane. I was struggling, and I've been unraveling all of this. So I started looking at everything. And, uh, I have a lifetime of autoimmune flares. I have, which can lead to bone fragility. I have years of intermittent steroid use from starting when I was a kid, whether it was steroid inhalers in the nose or steroid inhalers in the mouth for asthma, or dose packs where you got steroids because I had pneumonia, or I had bronchitis, or I had something like that. So if you've ever taken these things, or you're using steroid creams on your body, or you're taking them on a chronic level, these are things you want to know. They actually can lead to bone fragility. Okay, I actually didn't know that until I started trying to put these puzzle pieces together. I swear, every time I hurt myself, I get better for all of you. So, or every time I pause and listen to myself and really take a look at things, that's where I learn even more to share with all of you. So anyway, SI joint, issues. I've got hip instability and lumbar injuries, and, chronic levels of stress, which equal cortisol, and, higher levels of inflammation in the body because of the PSA, and a whole lifetime of compensations, basically, right? So this is my whole picture, Navy injuries to my feet, my Achilles, and whatever. So, you can go with concussions. Oh my God, I had so many concussions because I was an equestrian, and I rode motorcycles, and I, had a car accident, went through the windshield, and all these other different things, right? I had more concussions than like 100 people put together typically. So all these things put together can equal imbalances and compensations throughout your entire body, and they can all have side effects such as bone fragility or balance issues or this, that, and the other thing, right? So if you have ever felt like I have, like my body is failing me, okay, I 100% see you. I 100% get it. That's all I'm going to say about that. I have literally said it. My body's failing me, and what the hell is going on? I've cried it. I have cursed it like a trucker. No, I wouldn't do that. It would be under my breath because I'm a lady, right? I have literally, in fact, when I did this, I was, or when I coughed today, I had to cough. I was cursing under my breath. I do the silent cursing when it's really bad and something really hurts. It's a silent curse, but it's everywhere in the book. So, but we'll keep that between us. Your body is, I guess the message I want to tell you though, is your body is not failing you. That's my biggest inspirational point to this. I know it might feel like it. It's actually communicating with you when it's doing all of these things, and we just don't listen. I'm including myself in that for too much. I do this all day long in the office, and coaching and helping others, decode what their bodies need to feel better, and so on and so forth. And sometimes I'm the last on the list, and you might feel the same way. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to any of this. And all I can tell you is that the beautiful thing here, because I always try to find that in every crazy situation or problem, is that accumulated patterns can be unwound. So much like my, big ball of Christmas lights, as I would look at my body and maybe describe it, we can unwind that, unravel that. It just takes some time, right? And you have to start looking for the places that need the most attention to undo it, right? So healing happens, and energy can rebuild, and your body can literally reset. And that's what I've been doing all year. My 40-pound weight loss has not been dieting. It has been totally me resetting my body at the same time as I'm working with others to do theirs. And the side effect has been that, which is really freaking awesome. So anyway, this silly little annoying, painful rib moment that I'm sharing, it's really a reminder to me, and I hope to you, that your body is not your enemy. It's your partner. It's really your partner, even when it feels like it's being dramatic. and, a drama queen. It's your partner. If you just listen, and I guess I'm curious, who out there has had their body talking to them lately, maybe with something that you've been ignoring. Feel free to relate with me in the comments. Anyway, I hope you're having a great December, and this will heal for me. It's pretty darned annoying, but it will heal, and it will probably lead me to better health in the end, because I am looking at it as not this random thing and noticing some other things that I hadn't yet noticed. So anyway, there's your inspiration, I hope, and I hope you laughed a little bit, because just picture me bending over and going, bam, I broke a rib from that.